I'm uploading this at the end of January because that is typically when most people have fallen behind on their resolutions. If you're anything like me, your goals have ranged from writing a set number of words per day, or reading X amount of books per month, or losing weight by a set date. And if you are like me, you have fallen behind and screwed up these goals at least once already. And I'm here to say that's okay. You can fail your resolutions. In fact, you should expect to, because most resolutions are numbers or date-based. When you look at them as a zero-sum game, a failure if you don't hit things exactly right, it becomes very hard to keep up. That doesn't mean you shouldn't make goals. You should always strive to improve yourself. But it's easier to do that when you look at goals as a long-term lifestyle change instead of a set number you're trying to reach. That's why it's easier to lose weight if you make a goal of improving your fitness levels or cleaning up your eating habits a bit, instead of just solely aiming to lose 40 pounds by summer. So this year, my goals aren't something that can be easily checked off on a to-do list, but instead challenges to the routine of my daily life. Instead of aiming to write every day, I plan to write outside my comfort zone. Pretty much all I know about writing, I taught myself. I've spent so much time just trying to prove to myself that I'm talented enough to prioritize writing that I haven't taken as many risks as I could or should have. To push myself, I'm going to try a lot of fresh starts. I'm going to give every idea a fair chance before I can second guess myself out of even starting. It's hard to grow if you pin all your hopes on one project, and I want to give myself variety. I'm even going to try screenwriting. Instead of aiming for a certain number of words or pages, I'm trying to make a change that will make all my future words better. And if I screw up or fail completely, that's okay, because making mistakes is how you learn. Pushing myself is my general theme for this year, in writing and in life. I want to be more honest. I want to take more risks. I want to hold myself to a higher standard. I'm standing up for myself, defining boundaries. It's exciting, and you shouldn't have to save all your life changes for the beginning of the year. I've always been really hard on myself about setbacks. I don't like the idea of not completing something I've set out to do, even if it's only a minor delay. I don't know why. Really, if you look at it, I should be well accustomed to not always having the privilege of following a straight path to the finish line. That's not so uncommon, I don't think. Even if you're used to things usually going your way, there'll still be a delay sometimes. Life itself can feel like a delay. So no more excuses. It's okay if you've messed up your diet or fell behind on your TBR or you haven't hit your target word count. Screwing up doesn't mean you can't try again. Think about the reason why you made the resolution that you may have failed, and take your next step based on that. It doesn't have to be a clear-cut goal, but it's a step in the right direction. It's much easier to start something than to stick with it. If you can figure out what you need to commit, you will stand a much better chance of success. So what do you plan to get out of your goals this year? What exactly do you want to do? Are you trying to reach a number, or are you trying to start a new habit? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to make sure I follow through on the promises I've made here, you can find me at Lily Meade on pretty much all social networks. And of course here. And I will see you really soon. Thank you for watching.